All right, Flames fans, welcome to another episode of Game Over Calgary. Another disappointing one for the Flames. If you're on Team Tank, you would probably happy. If you're on Team Rebuild, you would be probably happy. As the Flames lose this one by a score of 5-2 in what you call another Connor Bedard show tonight. Last time the Chicago Blackhawks, they were in town in Calgary. The Flames lost by a score of 4-0. This one you can say a little bit better by a score of 5-2. This one losing. We'll talk about everything about the game here soon. We'll talk about the news of the days. We have lots to cover on that front. We'll talk about the scoring summary. And we'll talk about the back-to-back schedule coming up. And then towards the end of the third period, I kind of want to do a report card on how the Flames have done this season. Let me know how you agree or disagree. I think it's important to do so because it's now 21 games into the season and the playoffs now thrown out of the window, you can say, especially with a performance like this. So let's get right away to it. If you're watching us live, thanks and welcome aboard. Thanks for hanging out with us and letting me vent on this Flames loss. If you're tuning in live, feel free to use the chat button, chat comments or whatever to interact with me. Always appreciated. Me and Conrad will be back tomorrow to dissect the Buffalo Sabres and the Flames game. But let's get started right away on the top news. If you missed throughout this week, we'll get you caught up. We'll talk about the news of the day. So first one would be the poor guy, Sam Honzek, has now been placed on injured reserve on a week-to-week basis after he collided with Michael Backlund on the game against, who was it? Oh boy, why do I blank now? Michael Backlund on... because I didn't watch that game because I was outside. Give me 1 second while I find that out. It's against the Winnipeg Jets, and Michael Backlund ran into Sam Honzek. Sam Honzek got hurt, and now he's placed on IR week to week. So we'll see how that goes for him. He had an injury last year, and that too against a hit from Connor Murphy of the Chicago Blackhawks. So there was a lot of retaliation today. There was kind of a line brawl towards the end. We'll see if any discipline action comes of that. But Klapka was big and nasty today. Appreciated some of the hits. I believe he hit at least 9 hits on different players. But that one hit on number 5 for the Chicago Blackhawks, nasty hit. I didn't like that one. We'll have to wait and see if some form of discipline come. But they just assessed 2 minutes for roughing for both of them. Sam Morton and Dryden Hunt got recalled. Sam Morton played today in his at the 4th C role in his season debut. I liked him. Sam Morton had a very early offensive chance to score, but couldn't find the tack of the net. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt that it was his first game. But overall was excellent. Wish the team had a better outing for him, I guess. Of course, you're in a first half of a back-to-back. Heading into tomorrow, it's going to be brutal again. It's an early one, 5:30 p.m. puck drop in Calgary time for those who are watching in Calgary, of course. And Dryden Hunt got called up. Didn't get to play though. Sat in the penalty box. And Oliver, I think, is in the chat saying go Hawks. Yeah, go Hawks and Connor Bedard and his show. Especially if you're a rebuild team, you need to maybe follow the likes of Connor Bedard in Chicago Blackhawks or even Macklin Celebrini and San Jose Sharks. Bedard owns your poverty franchise. Yeah, he has been the stellar factor this season for the head-to-head. There is one more coming up. We'll see if Bedard can steal the show again. Rory Cairns assigned to the Calgary Wranglers, and this is what I don't like. Like last time Rory Cairns showed up, he played 2 games, got sent out right away, and now he gets the same treatment. Brings up for 2, goes down again. I don't know why can't you keep somebody consistently with the team, let them gel. There is of course that waiver clock, 30 days or 10 games or something like that. Correct me if you're wrong, if I'm wrong and you're watching. But why can't you keep Rory Cairns up? He had couple good scoring chances in both the games. If it's gonna be telling me it's another player mismanagement, like they've been doing with Connor Zary perhaps, I don't know what to say. I don't know who to blame this for now. Is it the coaching staff? Is it the management? Is it the ownership? It's all difficult to analyze what is happening in Calgary right now. It's not the same team, although we have the same team that played last year. We know they would have had a rough year, but I didn't know it would be this worse. Let me know your thoughts as Oliver has joined us. But this is looking too bad, and I don't know if there is a way out of this just soon yet. Like Flames fans have been struggling, have been saying this is a couple more years down the road thing that we'll be struggling. And Flames fans, be prepared for a long journey ahead. On that note though, when I say will we get out of this, they have recalled someone. They have recalled John Beecher from the Boston Bruins. Who, just give me 1 second, just putting the chat back on so I don't miss any of your conversations. But John Beecher from the Boston Bruins, he could play a 4th center line role from what I've been hearing. Didn't know much about him to begin with, to be honest. 6'3" tall and 220 pounds. He has played 136 games in total in his career. Just 11 goals and 11 assists for 22 points. So if this is maybe perhaps a career reset for him, which I know we have given a couple of players. He's only 24, so you can say the fact, I believe they said he'll be there to improve your career face-offs. He will be there to, he won't really score goals, but winning face-offs is important. We'll see what happens. I heard he's already in Buffalo already for tomorrow's game. So we'll talk about some lineup ideas coming up in the second period. I've written a few possible combinations. Let me know what your thoughts are if you like them. Zane Perek still on IR. We lost him last week on injured reserve with that, I believe, the shoulder hit by Nick Foligno of the Chicago Blackhawks. So Chicago Blackhawks has given us real trouble this season. They run the show, they take over games, and then Zane Perek is now injured because of that hit. And we don't know when Zane Perek will be back, what his return will look like. Will they opt to send him directly to the World Juniors? Can they use that 5-game AHL stint that they were, 2-week AHL stint they were looking for? And then no update on Martin Pospisil yet. I don't know what's wrong with that front. I hope he's all right. But no real update from Martin Pospisil's front. Tokai number 1 say Buffalo will be the real test to see if we get McKenna. Yeah, Buffalo has been a struggling team, but at the same time they destroyed Edmonton Oilers. And it will be 22 games in. US Thanksgiving is coming up, I believe, as soon as next Friday. And then we have this another back-to-back coming, Stars on Saturday and Vancouver Canucks on Sunday. It's just gonna get interesting. A bit of a gauntlet schedule, I can say. And yeah, I don't know where this season will go. Obviously, we have the 32nd place right now. And being 32nd, in the case of John Beecher that they claimed, I can tell you that the Flames will have the most priority of any waiver claims. So don't be surprised maybe if it's a little bit busy on the waiver activity front next couple of days. But at the same time, does that create a logjam? We'll see or not. But the Flames claim John Beecher from the waiver wire this afternoon. All right. I think that's the biggest news of the day. We'll go through a scoring summary. Chicago Blackhawks opened the scoring in the first period. Ryan Donato assisted by Moore and Crevier. Unfortunate bounces. Jake Bean was not able to defend. And the call was challenged though. I've seen worse types of goaltender interference. Wolf didn't have the ability not to make a save. But Jamie Pringle and the coaching staff decide to challenge that. And they lose that challenge. They go on a penalty kill. And that, I think, that moment, the wind took out of the sails of them. And that brought out to the worst. Then they score 2-0 Chicago Blackhawks. Connor Bedard, assisted by Rinzel. Great passes through. Bedard tucks it in between paths of Wolf. And that was probably the worst goal or the worst flukiest goal that Wolf let in probably. He wanted that back. And that sums up how the season has gone for your Calgary Flames. Undeniably, that was painful to watch. And that probably would have also taken away the motivation from the Flames. In the second period, though a power play goal, which again the power play has been hot garbage for the Calgary Flames, scored this one though. Mac Coronato assisted by Nazim Kadri and Rasmus Anderson. Oh, I'm just realizing Rasmus Anderson has had a 2-pointer night. Power play goal. Frost wins the face-off. And Coronato parking near the net to tuck it in. I think that's a good idea. I wish they tried more often. They had a second power play. Or even third and a fourth. I believe they had 4 power plays tonight and scored on just the one. And of course, power play or special teams goals make a difference. But the Chicago Blackhawks were excellent on 5-on-5 tonight. Shortly after that, Rasmus Anderson ties the game at 2-2. Assisted by Backlund and Klapka. I like how Backlund worked that puck to get it to Rasmus Anderson. And he shoots it from near the face-off circle. And we get to see the Rasmus Anderson stare. That would do about it for the Calgary Flames. Then it was 3-2 Blackhawks shortly after. Connor Bedard, assisted by Green and Borowski. Elite shot style for Connor Bedard. And that is what we wish the Flames had. Shortly after 4-2 Blackhawks, Oliver Moore, assisted by Frank Nazar. And I have an important question. If somebody can help me answer in the chat, I would really appreciate it. What does Mr. Sharangovich do with the team these days? He should have tried to clear that puck. Kevin Ball tried. He was a stay-at-home defenseman for that goal. But Sharangovich today basically did nothing. He took a penalty and gave up that goal, and I believe he was on the ice for 3 goals against tonight. I'm going to say with his contract, it looks bad to scratch him again, but I'm going to propose an idea that he should be scratched. Your thoughts, let me know in the chat box below. And then the eventual moment, the one we were all waiting for, Connor Bedard hat-trick on an empty net to make it 5-2 Blackhawks win. So the Flame struggles continue. They had that one comeback kids game. Apart from that, nothing. Tokai number 1 says Sharangovich is trying to lock us down for the first overall pick. Yeah, I agree. If that's the case, but it's so suffering to watch him. There are many more young players that can get a chance, like the likes of Rory Cairns, who can show dynamics. But man oh man, Sharangovich, I don't know what to do anymore. Alright, let's head to the second period. I've gone on a little long rant. Hope everybody is still with me. Join the chat below. Thanks for watching. Thanks for spending the Tuesday evening with us. So, I have 3 line possible combinations for the game tomorrow against the Buffalo Sabres. Let me know which you like the most and we'll decide from there. So, Huberdeau, Frost, Coronato. I would elevate Sam Morton up to the left wing to Morton, Kadri and Farabee. Then I would put Zary, Backlund, Coleman together. And then Lomberg, Beecher and Klapka. That's one of my options. That's because Beecher is already waiting in Buffalo. I'm sure they will prioritize to get him in. And Sharangovich stays scratched. The second option I have is Huberdeau, Frost, Coronato, Hunt, Kadri, Farabee to give Hunt a chance, of course. And then you put Zary or Morton. Of course, Zary got benched in the third period tonight, so I wonder if there is a scratch coming that way. He only played 8 minutes or so. Zary or Morton with Backlund and Coleman. And then Lomberg, Beecher and Klapka. My third option, Huberdeau, Frost and Coronato. I know Beecher is coming as a sender, but what if they put Beecher on left wing, Kadri and Farabee, Zary, Backlund and Coleman, and then Lomberg, Morton and Klapka. I'll say a disclaimer right away. I didn't use ChatGPT for these lines. Just saying on that note. But these are my potential options. There are so many different combinations that I put together that could work for tomorrow. And one other important thing that I would like to bring up, I know the defense pairings will stay as it is. I don't think they have any extra defensemen unless Hanley. Unless Hanley comes back in tomorrow, they have no other extra defensemen. But I want Devin Cooley to start. If they don't start Devin Cooley, I have no idea what this Flames team is on about or what they are thinking about. Devin Cooley must go tomorrow. It's a basic, simple, no-brain answer. He must go. And Tokai number 1, thanks for the claps. I'm guessing you were talking about the lines. So that's where my thoughts are. Let me know if you like any of these combinations. And for schedule-wise tomorrow, the Sabres at 5:30 p.m. And then on Saturday, we take on the Dallas Stars at home. It's an 8 p.m. puck drop, a late one. So the Flames travel back on Thursday most likely. They get Thursday and Friday off. Then they play Saturday against the Dallas Stars at home. Can't wait to watch that. Mikko Rantanen and all that. And then Vancouver Canucks on the road on Sunday at 7 p.m. And that's where the twist of the turn happened at the beginning of the season. We won against Edmonton. Then we went and lost against Vancouver Canucks on a back-to-back. So we'll see how that goes. So that's your second period report on the back-to-back thoughts on some line combinations, because they have to maybe perhaps factor in Beecher in. And let's head to the third period, where we'll talk about the report card I was going to talk about. I have one small change to make after maybe seeing tonight. So I have letters A plus, A, B, B minus, C, C plus, D and F. You can comment as well. I'll go player by player. I'll tell about how they have been. And then you decide, let me know. If we differ, we differ. We can always agree to disagree. Alright, we'll start with A plus. I had Wolf there, but since tonight was a bit rough, he would have had at least one goal back. He could have maybe tucked away that goal that slid through him. I'm going to put him at an A. So for A, I have Sam Honzek, who has been excellent till before his injury. Jan Kuznetsov, who possibly maybe had a rough game today, but being great general overall. Zane Perek and Devin Cooley and Dustin Wolf for A. For B, I would put Blake Coleman. He has been decently alright, especially he's considered one of the trade chips. Jonathan Huberdeau, when he returned from injury, he was great. And Nazem Kadri, he usually steps up to the occasion. I know he had a worse game tonight, but I would put them at B. For B minus, I would put Coronato. Coronato, I've liked him lately, but last few weeks, he wasn't that great. He got scratched, thus the B minus. Farabee as well. He has had few stretches here and there, but not excellent overall. Klapka, same thing. Didn't like the hit tonight, but his size, he has been using it recently. Kevin Ball, decent at a stay-home defenseman. And then Braden Pahal, a B minus. I had to debate this one, next one. For C, backline could be a B minus or a C, especially with the pass he got to Anderson tonight. So I'll let you decide what that will be. Frost as C. I know he won that important face of tonight, but his firepower that was at the earlier season, we haven't seen as of recently. Ryan Lomberg, he's there just for the vibes. Does pretty much nothing. Or maybe just the hits, maybe fights. But we haven't seen much from him as of late. And Anderson, he scored a goal today. His trade value is gonna go up. But he has had a bad start to the season. I don't have anybody in C+. In D, I have Jake Bean. He struggled mightily at the beginning of the season. He got scratched. Then I had a couple good games and now struggled again tonight. Then I have Mackenzie Weegar at D as well, who has also had a poor start to the season. I don't think he's in the conversations for Team Canada. And then last but not the least, at F, I have Yegor Sharangovich, who pretty much does nothing except probably cardio and skating. Let me know if you agree. your thoughts on this. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe while we head to overtime now. So, we'll take a look at the schedule once again. The Sabres play again tomorrow, 5:30 p.m. Conrad and I will have their post-game show. Then on Saturday it will be the Dallas Stars in town in Calgary. And then we hit the road again on Sunday 7 p.m. for Vancouver Canucks. Oliver Meyer saying, "Go Hawks." And Bedard owns your poverty franchise. We do realize how the star elite talent is needed for the Flames. That's what the hope this season is gonna be. Tokai number 1 saying Buffalo will be the real test to see if we get the McKenna. I think it's pretty straightforward now that McKenna is in our sights from how things have gone. Unless I don't want to jinx myself. I don't know if there is a point of turnaround either. Sharangovich is trying to lock us down for the first overall pick. I could see that. But again, it's so disastrous watching him play. He does nothing, takes penalties. Tokai number 1 giving claps for possibly my lineup decisions without using ChatGPT. And last but not the least, Tokai number 1 again saying Cooley starts 100%. We'll see how that goes. But we don't know. The Flames have started Dustin Wolf on a back-to-back. I don't see it happening, but I don't count out the chances either. That should do it about for me. Thank you all so much for letting me rant, letting me talk, letting me brainstorm, letting me put together a report card. Thanks for hanging out with me. Have yourself a good night, as I have to save this same voice tomorrow to do the show with Conrad. So we will see you again tomorrow. This has been Game Over Calgary with your host, Anand Unnithan. Thanks for watching. Have a good night and see you tomorrow.